I'm Kemi Olunloyo. It's April 16th, 2019 in Nigeria. Today I want to do a podcast with regards to the NBC Director General who's under investigation for fraud, 2.5 billion naira fraud. Well, Moddibbo Kawu and a whole bunch of people who I'm not going to name yet were behind this controversy and this whole strategy of not putting me on the radio or television in Nigeria. Many of my fans since I arrived in Nigeria in 2012 always telling me, why am I not on the radio or television? Well, I had all kinds of excuses until one day I told you that the NBC doesn't want to hear my voice because I'm going to speak against the presidency, especially after I was arrested for the BOME case and released. There's a lot of things I saw in Port Harcourt prison that the feds do not want me to tell you. The feds don't want me to tell you about what the prisoner population looks like or who the prisoners were. I met herdsmen who said they masked as Boko Haram. I even met Boko Haram who masked as headmen, cultists, militants, especially the militants who told me who sponsored them, and those in the government who also sponsored IPOB protesters. The IPOB protesters are also in prison. There's a lot I saw in that prison, and I felt that you don't arrest and detain a journalist in a prison. They're going to see too much, and that becomes a newsroom. Okay, so the conspiracy theory about the DG and everybody at NBC, some of that theory, came from people who work there. And even my father, who told me that the government is scared of me. My father's in their party, APC. Said they wouldn't hire you because they're scared of what you're going to say on air. Okay, well, let's go back to that. What am I going to say on air? That the NBC will go to television and radio stations and threaten them if they hire me. So basically, like blocking my channels to the TV station. That's why you see me all the time as a guest on TV station and not working at one or a radio station. So when Facebook started Facebook Live, they were the first social media platform to start live broadcasts. And I, Kemi Olunloyo, I repeat, Kemi Olunloyo, was the first Nigerian to broadcast live on Facebook Live. And why? Because at the time, only people on Facebook mentions could broadcast live. Facebook mentions is the platform for verified users. And so when they verified us, and said only verified people could do live videos, Omotola Jalade Kendi, Don Jazzy, Davido, Whiskey, Tiwa Savage, and myself were the first 7 to be verified on Facebook in Nigeria. And I was the first person to actually do a live video as a journalist. I don't even think the others really do live videos, even till now. So at the time, there was no Instagram Live, Twitter Live, or YouTube Live. They joined later. Okay. I use that avenue to do live videos and live TV shows. You guys know my live TV shows on Facebook. I have Mekunu NG now, which is a Yoruba show for poor people, illiterates, and people who need to know about everything. I had Otito Koro. I had English shows, the latest NG. I had a lot of shows, and I was using that as my avenue. Suddenly, a very famous broadcaster told me, Kemi, don't bother working for TV or radio station. You have more audience than they do. They don't even have a third of who you have on social media. Form your own brand, package it well, and get on it with sponsors. And I've been struggling to do that. After my arrest, my illness, post-traumatic stress disorder, and more has hampered most of my work. I asked people to donate 2,000 naira to me and hashtag it Radio Fund in December of 2018. And I said, when you donate that 2,000, we can raise this 3.7 million fast. I have 50,000 on my personal Instagram, another 50,000 on my H&N Africa Instagram. I have 90,000 on Facebook, and I have about 87,000 on Twitter. That's just the main platforms. I have fans elsewhere. But if all those fans combined, possibly about 400,000 maybe, donated 2,000 naira each, I would raise more than the 3.7. But all I needed was the $10,000 for Mixlr FM to make me a radio station online and an app that will work. I just wanted that radio station, online radio station building. It costs like $7,000 to $10,000 or even more dollars, but a good company that I trust in America will do it for me for $10K. So $10K is 3.7 million naira. I raised 800,000. Okay, now remember 2000 was I told people to donate. Some were donating 5, some were donating 10, and somebody actually donated a good 400,000 out of that money. At the end of the day, I have 800,000 naira and it's locked up at First Bank in the radio fund. I suspended the fundraiser. I got frustrated, okay, on why they censored me in Nigeria, not to be able to talk on TV and radio. Every now and then I'll go back to my radio show. I'll say I'll launch it for a week. After a week, I wouldn't do the show again. I'll come back 2-3 weeks later. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm frustrated. Okay, sometimes I cry to my fans on YouTube that I have no money for Wi-Fi. Okay, if I start spending that radio fund on Wi-Fi and all these videos and streaming, the radio fund goes. That's why I locked it up. Some fans will send me money for Wi-Fi. Yeah, fans were sending me 5,000, 10,000, even 50,000 for Wi-Fi. And I'll buy Wi-Fi. At one point I went to Smile and asked them, I want free Wi-Fi. They gave me free Wi-Fi for 3 months. I mean, what else can you do in Nigeria? But when you find out the source of everything is the government themselves and people in the government, Moddibbo Kawu and everybody at the NBC. I've been studying everything since 2012, but it was not until this APC government took over in 2015 that I heard the real reason. They don't want me on air. So they go to the TV stations, threaten them. If you hire Kemi Olunloyo, if she says one thing, we'll shut you down. And that's what's happening in Nigeria. Television stations are censored, so are radio stations. They shut them down. They fine them because of one on-air personality, Kemi Olunloyo. I have had a lot of radio stations come to me in Ibadan, even television, but they put contracts in front of me. It's not about how much Kemi wants. Some people say there's no money in broadcasting. There is money in broadcasting. Depends on who you are and how you package yourself. I'm a US trained broadcaster, okay? I know how to speak in 9 languages, 3 of them Nigerian, Yoruba, English, Pidgin. I understand Igbo very well, and I can learn Hausa. I speak foreign languages, at least 5. At the end of the day, I can do shows in any language. I have the content people want. And if a big radio station or a television station wants to hire me and they tell me I have to put my signature on a contract telling them I can't have live shows. I can't mention names, but one billionaire in Ibadan offered me a lot of money to do whatever I want to do on his TV and his radio station. But I had to sign a contract that said it can't be live. So I decided, you know what? I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm a social media influencer and was voted the top female social media influencer in Africa on the Social Media Awards in 2015. Why would I do a radio station where people can't be able to tweet, can't write on Facebook, and can't comment on WhatsApp or Instagram that I can read out of my show? I was on Radio Nigeria, the nation's broadcaster, in 2006 to 2007. I had every woman a woman's show, and I also have PFM, Premier FM weekends, music, gist, entertainment. My shows were top rated. I left for Canada, and I was even nominated for a Nigerian Media Merit Award. I didn't attend, and I didn't win that particular one, but I was nominated. At the end of the day, a 1-year show on Radio Nigeria, which was successful back in 2006 and 2007, the Yar'Adua administration, became what? The consecutive administrations that entered Nigeria now started to censor me. Sadly, that's Nigeria for you. I'm totally disappointed. I'm very mad that Moddibbo got 10 billion naira released to him through the Ministry of Information and Culture. They were supposed to do a digital switch. When you know NTA, every station in the world has digital television. Only Nigeria is last. And when they wanted to switch NTA to digital switch in 2016, the government released 10 billion. And that 10 billion went to the Minister of Information and Culture. Lai Mohammed was supposed to make sure that money was given to companies who will execute that contract very well. And it's the same story in Nigeria. The contracts are given to their friends. Pinnacle. Dipo Onifade, I'm watching you. All of you are all behind all this, looting and everything. Moddibbo has refused to come to court in March. He says he's sick. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 17th of April, 2019, he is forced to come to court, even in an ambulance. So people donate to my radio fund. I've started it again. Just wanted you to know. No media will talk. They're all silent now. Thanks, Kemi Olunloyo. April 16, 2019.